little foggy this morning. And I'm going to sit out and do some grain dumping. So if you saw my budgeting video where I did my prepare to travel, that's where I broke down my budget, what I plan to spend on this vacation and so forth. So if you want to see that, I'll link a description in the box. But basically, I started out with 800 ECD, which is Eastern Caribbean dollars. And I ended up adding $500 to my charitable event. So that left me with $300. And from that $300, I used it mainly for transportation and also tipping. So from that, I have a balance of $16.60. For my US dollars, I started out with $1,180, and I basically used that for souvenirs, also some tips, some off-resort food and entertainment, and just general shopping. And if you want to see how I planned on spending that money, you can, of course, again, watch that video. I have not expense tracked, so I can't tell you specifically what went where. And this is just for my budget that I set aside for myself. My husband had a separate budget that he set aside that he wanted to stay within himself, but this is just for me. So as of now, I have $416 left, which we have about a week left on this vacation. And by the time you see this, we'll of course be over and done with our vacation. But I just wanted to give myself an update and you an update as well. Okay, so if you guys didn't just see that little lizard, well, not so little lizard, try to slide by me really quick, rewind it right quick. You'll see him by the little walkway there. But anyway, I saw this pretty bird out there too, so I decided to just take a snapshot of him, and he was posing, seemed like. So I've been kind of bragging that I haven't seen any mosquitoes, only flies. Lo and behold, I had to kill one mosquito in our room last night. And I'm like, oh, no, y'all not finna start this. So here I am using my wipes, and hopefully they will work because we are headed out to shop. And I don't have on any long sleeves. So I'm going to put it all over my arms, my neck, and I'm going to put it on my ankles and my feet as well, just to protect myself, just in case. I'll see if I come home with any bites. This is my day attire. I'm using one of my shirts that I already worn before. It wasn't dirty or anything, so I'm just re-wearing it. And I'm also re-wearing a pair of pants that I've also worn. But that's what you do. You have to interchange, especially when you don't want to pack checked baggage. You have to think, you know, you have to think. So one of the young ladies told us, oh, you can go across the street. Y'all didn't go into all of the shops. Y'all can shop across the street. So we decided to walk back across the street because I thought we had seen everything, but she said we hadn't. So that's where we're heading now, back across the street. And yeah, once we got over there, we attempt to see something we haven't seen, but we end up having to get a taxi to one of the local malls, which the closest to us is Spiceland Mall, and that's where this guy is going to take us.
Come here. No, we can't come back. You won't come back. You be back. I need a 10 millimeter for my black rock. 10 millimeter. People.
33 square miles.
Yes.
For the entire Grenada.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's my sky mile, you know, measured by the
right,
sky.
Right. And so that includes all 6, because it don't include Carriacou, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh wow, that's interesting. So this driver is taking us to St. George's Mall, which is downtown in St. George, and you'll be seeing some of the same sights that you've seen, but it's so beautiful. How can you not take a picture every time? Port, what is it called?
Port Louis.
Louis? Okay.
Port Louis Marina.
Hold up, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. Look at that. You missed it, didn't you? That's okay, because I took a snap on our way back. I love that yacht. Wow.
This one, and they have one in St. David's. Big one too. And they have It's amazing how each driver that you ride with, they have a different story. They have a different way they view the sceneries. They have something interesting, different that they want to show you, want to call your attention to. And I appreciated this driver. He says he's grown up. He was born and raised here in Grenada. So of course he loves his country and all that, but he didn't have to get into all the politics and all that. But he gave me what was interesting about the country to him. He said he actually still loved the beaches, and he does love the weather. Even though they just had a hurricane, the weather is always pleasant. Very little rain, he said, but you know, with weather we can never tell anyway, so it's okay. But so far I love each driver for their own individuality. Like, they're not following a script that they have to tell you about Grenada. They actually tell you from their heart what they value about their country, and they show you different sights and scenes as you're passing along the way, as to what's important to them or what they feel is worth you seeing. He showed us a boys' school, an all boys school that he felt was beneficial for the kids here, and he showed us the different ports, and he told us about the other ports where they bring in different foods and things. And then he showed us, like the other guy, the port where they bring in all the imports. Like, they grow their vegetables and fruits. They grow a lot of those things. But there's one port, one docking station where they have to bring in a lot of other things. And that's why they don't have a lot of things right now. Like, I was looking for some limes and some lemons. Couldn't find any of that. They didn't have any bananas, even though they grow bananas here. As we learned at the chocolate factory, the banana trees and the cocoa trees, all those were, well, not all, but a lot of those were damaged by Hurricane Beryl. So you have to learn the history of where you're visiting, and I love it. And these are different sights and scenes that he took us a route different from the other driver. And so I appreciated that. But they did both point out the central banking station. So definitely finances are important to Grenada. And they pointed out where all the central banking occurs. And that's important, I guess, in any country, I guess. But it's just interesting the way they tell the story, the history that from their eyes. And the other guy took us through this same tunnel. He did point out to us that it was the only tunnel like the other guy. But, you know, as we went through the tunnel, we talked more about the people. And I did ask him if they had a such thing as disability, like where people were, you know, who were mentally disabled or what have you, if they received disability. And he said yes, because one guy was trying to run us off the road in his bicycle. He was on a bicycle, we were in a vehicle, and he was fussing at us because we were on the road. So that's what prompted me to ask him about disability. But I was pleased to know that yes, Grenada does offer disability for mental illness, physical illness, because, you know, it's just a thing these days. It is a real thing.
Hi. Yeah, he back. Oh, he back. You already gave him. So we already gave. It is interesting to me that we've seen one guy in Grenada like 5 different times in 5 different places that we visit. We almost begin to wonder if we had a stalker. But he was begging for money. And so after the 3rd time we saw him, my husband did hand him something. And now we see him again at this mall, and he's still begging for money. So it's like they get around a lot. How they get around and they ain't got no money? So yet they're steadily begging. But it's no problem. You just tell them no, and you just keep it moving. You don't entertain it. That's how that goes. But we have entered into the mall, and we're going to try not to shop as much. This is a bigger mall of the 2 that we've been to. This is the bigger mall. So we'll see how it goes. Hard life. And let's take a picture by Grenada. So what seemed so easy to do turned into like a whole project. We were trying to take a picture by the I Love Grenada sign, and I was trying to set my camera up to 10 seconds so we could run into the picture, but for some reason it kept only doing 3 seconds. So you'll see a few shots that weren't right, but then you'll see the ones that ended up being right. It was fun, nevertheless. So here outside of the duty-free liquor store, they were giving out samples. I've never seen them give out liquor samples before, free liquor samples, but there's a first time for everything. So of course I had to oblige them and taste something. So we stopped to get a smoothie. They were out of a lot of ingredients, but I ended up getting a lime and cucumber, and Richard ended up getting a mango. But I wanted a soursop because when we were at the chocolate factory, the guy was telling us about how important and good of an ingredient the soursop is. So do some research on it. Check it out. So after we were done in the mall, we decided to walk up the street into the town because there were several vendors on the side of the road selling different things. And that in itself was a true adventure because everyone's trying to sell their product, which I guess that's what they're supposed to do. But, you know, yeah, we ended up not buying anything, which was a good thing. So I was glad not to spend any money, but I was proud of how they were trying to promote their products. So you may have just seen me pass by these guys on the street. I don't know who they are, but we did see them filming inside of the mall. But maybe they're here for Grenada Spicemas and they're doing something, whatever, broadcast. But I wanted to just show you a picture because in case you know them, you can let me know who they are. Or you just may look them up or something or see them later sometime. But I just thought that was interesting. Yeah.
Knock out. Gotta go. They both dropped down. What y'all about to do? They're doing a routine. Yes, they are.
As we were coming out of the back of the mall, we wanted to see where the cruise ship docks and let the passengers out. But up on the hill, we were able to see Fort George, which is one of their popular tourist sites. Now, we didn't personally tour Fort George because, number one, it had a lot of steps. And y'all know Mount Carmel waterfall took me out almost, so I didn't dare try it. But it is one of their popular stops. And if you like this type of history, I think you should visit it. And I also hear that great views can be seen from on top of that mountain.
Not to crash anybody's party or event, but as we were returning back to our room, I saw them setting up for an event. So I asked the young lady what was happening, and she said that they were preparing for a wedding. And I'm like, I said this spot would be good for a wedding. So they were setting up for this couple's wedding, and I just had to try to take some photos and videos of what I could. So I didn't want to impose too much. So I tried to do it discreetly. And then later on, I'm going to try to come back after they have the lights going and all of that. I'm going to try to get some more shots. But this is what I was able to get so far. And I can't wait to see how it looks. Oh, somebody is riding a horse on the beach. Oh, wow. Is it? Oh, it's not the bride, I'm assuming. Wow. And then it's going to be right by the wedding. So after getting back to the room, we heard some music coming from down the beach. So we decided to check it out. Instead of changing clothes, I only changed accessories, and I pulled one of the pretty yellow flowers off one of the bushes outside and just stuck it in my ear. And we decided to walk down to see where the noise was coming from.
Come and take a picture now. And they win vouchers from umbrellas. Michael always the fastest. Yeah. Just imagine when his legs stretch out. Alright, where the rest of your team? Grenada Youth Hockey, come and collect your prize. With the results, we want to keep it. We want to keep you all on your toes, you know. So yeah, exactly. All right, so the third fastest team, we have Finish Line Sports, team number 3. Yeah. Take me out for dinner later. First, the fastest team overall. It was close. They chased. But they pulled out their big guns for the last run. Yes? Y'all agree? Team number 13. Congratulations.
Okay, it's nightfall and we are headed out. Whew, I'm tired. But we want to experience some nightlife in Grenada. Age appropriate, of course. Because keep in mind, I'm one that goes to bed at normally 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So yeah, age appropriate. We'll see. I mean, I did. It's good. Is that sound? Is it a lizard? Is it a frog? What is that? hope it did not affect their wedding. So I'm running around here because I want to see if it I hear some music, so hopefully they're still enjoying themselves. We're gonna see. Oh, as I walk through, I see it's lit up inside. I don't want to ruin their occasion. I was really trying to be as discreet as possible, but I wanted to try to get some snapshots of the area of the wedding, since they're actually still enjoying the festivities. So I just tried to, you could still walk through the area, but I just needed to be discreet. And so that's what I was trying to do. But just as I figured, it was so beautiful in the daytime, but even more beautiful to me at night.